close game, but it did feel like you guys had the lead and the edge throughout it. What do you feel led to that?
I think the change in this has been, or the lift has been the defense, which has allowed us more open basketball. I think, again, it started in the Tasmania game, the Tassie game, that we have a team that I think could be good there and use the whole floor, and we hadn't been. And we'd worked on it, but the bite hadn't taken place. Kind of, you've got a bunch of new guys, and they're thinking the ball and score. And the media is constantly feeding that. He needs the ball more. Why isn't he getting shots? Why isn't the ball? And turning and flipping it and playing off the defensive end has kind of opened up the offensive end and changed our style. And it started, like I said, in the Tasmania game.
It seems like you guys are playing with a lot more force and physicality than you did to start the season. Where has that come from? And are you seeing similar things?
Well, it's what you're exposed to and what you're playing against. I just thought this team, the screens they set, the physicality they use on the ball, and we've been showing it. And what you've got, it's no sense talking about, no complaints about the referees. It's just how's the game played, and I felt like we've been on the back foot as our group, in the more physicality, more in the lanes, more into the guy with the ball has been, as you said, and it's the state of the league. And I think John really said the guys coming from the G League into this, one of the big adjustments is you turn around, you watch the NBA right now, they kind of walk up and they do this and this, you turn around, there's a guy in your pants. And you go to throw the next pass, there's a guy in his pants. And that's what this thing is. And how much you can do is a big part of, and we got a new group, and we're adjusting. And we've got a team, I think, like I said, physically, you can turn to certain locker rooms, they're good here, and some are good here. I think we have a team that could be good defensively.
What did you like most about the way Kendrick sort of took over the game in the second half, and what did you make of the matchup between him and Tyson Walker, sort of going back and forth?
Well, I thought Tyson Walker, I did both game. What they're doing right now is he's elite. I mean, he's really elite, and been his shooting percentage against us in both games, and he virtually beat us at home. But I thought the Kendrick piece is you can take Delly off, and you've got him with the ball, and we're still okay. And when you need a bucket, and we need a bucket, we're stuck. They're making a run. They take the lead. You got somebody that can get a bucket. And I also feel it opens up for everybody else. I think Tim's getting more. I think Bull's getting more because of how they have to play somebody dynamic like that. It's opened up our offense. But that's why he's here.
Tim, do you feel like over the course of the last few weeks, you guys are making really clear and obvious progress on both ends?
No, I think it's been great leadership. I think Delly and X and Kendrick have been very vocal and just helping, Gorge out, and as well as, putting people in the right place. I think that's helped a lot too. And I think when we play with pace, I mean, you can't stop JG, you can't stop Kendrick. It's just X. It's just a lot of weapons we have.
Coach, it felt like you guys finally kind of clicked tonight in a way. You had Booker Wall, he had probably his best game all season. Matthew Dellavedova was great from the three-point line. Xavier Cooks was hitting his free throws. Was this kind of a performance that you've been waiting for all season, where everything kind of seemed to work?
I said it before. I felt it, and I know I got absolutely barbecued with the comments. I said I love my team. I like my team, and I think you find out a lot about the team when everything around it smells, and you smell, and you come in. Where is everybody going to go? And this team, when I came out of that, the trust and what Tim's talking about, you can't hide in sport, and you're not there. But the day-to-day went to another level, and the hugs, the tears, the whistle, the sweat, the ball, the pushing and shoving, the hugs, the meetings, the tears, the videos, it just was at another level moving forward. And I remember walking away and calling a friend overseas and saying, I really like this team, and I've learned a lot about them right now. and I'm excited about what's ahead. And I'm no different, he's no different than the guy he interviewed 3 weeks ago where the narrative was the narrative. It's, we're moving forward. I got a great group of guys that are going to compete, and I'm excited about what's to come because I don't think we've scratched the surface yet. Yeah.
I know you probably don't want to focus too much on the opposition crowd, just on the building of Delhi. Firstly, was that something you guys were expecting? And secondly, what's it like knowing you have a guy, a senior guy, who even if the crowd is booing him, he can still go out and he can still kind of lock down and contribute massively to your team?
I was pumped, really, because usually it's me when we go places. I absolutely get barbecued, Adelaide, whatever, so it's nice to have somebody else. But what I like is coming the NBL right now and coming into environments like this. And my speech, so I didn't talk about Delhi at all coming into this or the crowd or what, other than this is why we practice. We've talked about this. I want take risks, free spirit. I'm excited about this, enjoy this, and go into the competition, communication, huddle, talking, high fives, live bench. Don't even look at the scoreboard. So the Delhi thing wasn't discussed, and the more a guy like that, guy like these pros, the more you get on them, I think the more they give, the more they produce. He had a blinder tonight.
I hope they boo him again.
Tim, did you, as a team, rally behind Delhi, knowing what he was so subjected to?
Of course. I think we showed that in Adelaide, backing up KD, and then also, we just took. I think the first game we didn't take it with as much pride as we should have. In this one, we had a lot more physicality, which I think dictated a lot of the game. So I think just making sure that we were, here to compete tonight was the biggest thing, and for sure we wanted to do it for Delhi as well.
Well, you spoke about your team's physicality. It seemed like as well the referees let both teams play more tonight than usual. Is that how you saw it? And if so, are you happy if that's the way the game's going to be called the rest of the season?
I honestly don't care how they call it, as long as it's consistent. And if there was a preferable, I like physical, but I like physical within the rules. And tonight, like you said, you get upset about some things during the game. They don't make every call right. We don't make every decision right. The players don't make every play right. They were like everybody else in the game. But I thought there was a style of play, as you said, that you could adapt to and play. And that's all you can ask for in our seat. So I was, I know we won by 3. We've lost them by 3. As far as the league goes this year, I was disappointed in my 2 techs, and I learned from that. That's on me. But other than that, it has had zero effect on our results all year.
Tim, do you feel like you guys are allowed to play a bit more tonight than normal?
I think so, especially at the beginning of the game. Later in the game, I think it got called a little better. But, I think to start out, there was a lot of stuff that they were letting play, which is, good, just like Gorge said, as long as it's both sides. It's just tough when one guy comes and does it, and then you can't do it on the other side. So, but other than that, I thought it was a good game.
Well, last season, you guys you only beat the team sort of on the bottom half. Now you've got wins in Adelaide, in Melbourne. How do you sustain this? How do you make sure that you don't do what happened when you go to Adelaide and then you go to Tassie and you sort of lay an egg? How do you make sure that this is sustainable?
Well, you go about your business, and I keep saying the day-to-day, what you do each day, the communication piece, the staying together piece, and the skill development and the work, and you just see where it takes you. I mean, this thing, you can get punched the next time around the corner. We just want to keep getting better. We want to keep growing, and we're building a franchise. We've got new ownership. We brought a bunch of new young players into this. If you take the final against Adelaide last year and put the 5 guys on the court and look at the 5 we started, it's 5 brand new starters. So, in the NBA, they always talk 20, 25 games to get in it. We're not like this. We're not the organization this is as far as where they're at. We're on that build and on that climb. And I think there's a distinct difference to how we were last year than this year, just in it was a starting point last year. We added, I think, some really good pieces as far as the culture and the development. And we've stumbled a bit, but I just think I'm proud of what we're presenting on the floor. I'm really comfortable with it, and I'm really excited about what's ahead for the organization, big picture, staff-wise, player-wise, development-wise. I think the Kings are on a move forward.
Something from last game. Do you have an idea of the seriousness of McQuatch's injury?
It's not fully till we get back, but we're feeling better about it than we did on the night. Yeah.
Tim, Goorj mentioned before, going up a level, on the things that we as media and outsiders don't see, all the day-to-day stuff that helps turn things around physically and defensively. Is that something that's been pressed or pushed by the coaching staff, or more something that you guys as a group, in terms of players, have taken on?
No, I think we got some really great professionals in the locker room that, understand that we didn't have our best finish against Tassie, and, some of our other games we didn't play as well. And that can affect your day-to-day, because if that affects your day-to-day, then you can't kind of move forward or move past those games. And I think a big piece of it is moving past and learning from your mistakes and, raising your hand and saying, yeah, that's my bad, and fixing them and being clear about it. We were pretty clear. I think that was a great thing that we did. We were clear, Tim, you got to be better here, and X, you got to be better here. And we, take it on the chest and move forward. So I think that was another big piece to all of that.
Goorj, a lot's been made about Bull's struggles offensively. He goes perfect from the floor tonight, perfect from the line, plays 32 minutes, doesn't have a turnover. What does a game like this do for him in terms of confidence on that end of the floor for the rest of the season?
It happened about 6 weeks ago. He's been broken since he arrived with us. He came back from Sudan, and there was a knee issue last year, and he couldn't practice. And so all summer he did nothing but strengthen that leg and work in the weight room, but no basketball. Didn't play NBL1, didn't play any basketball at all. Only started practicing about 7 weeks ago, and now with that, you're starting to see what we recruited. It hasn't been his fault, but he's elite defensively, and I think you can see everybody talked about the fouling. He's really learned how to use his hands, use his body, and not lose control. And offensively, playing the game, shooting, being able to work on his skills, it's starting to come. And tonight, it was really good against Tassie. Even before that in the game against Adelaide, great on the defensive end, but he's starting, as you said, to hit shots, do a little bit of stuff off the dribble and stuff in the block. And that's only, like I said, he's only scratching the surface because he can work now.
All good. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim.